Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 of Talk 10 with Mahen. My guest today is Pam Naidoo, a professional practitioner in the field of holistic therapy. Pam's mission is to promote wellness and to empower people to become a better version of themselves. Her knowledge is vast, and her particular form of healing is an integrated one, combining various modalities. So with great pleasure and much love, I welcome today Pam Naidoo. Pam, you have chosen to be a healer. How did it begin?
It started off with a book called The Sleeping Prophet by Edgar Cayce. I was fascinated by this man's ability to just go into a sleep, and all he needed was your age, where you came from, and he would actually go into your body and give exactly what was wrong with you and where the emotion was stuck. And I became a sponge. I read all his books, and I was like, oh my word, this is amazing. There was a show in the Durban beachfront, and I went into this video filming of Caroline Mace, and she did a very similar type of thing as well. All she needed was your age and your name. And she would and I was like, oh, I want to do something like that. And I booked in for every healing course I could think of. And this is where my journey started in 1994, reading, exploring, doing courses. So this journey has taken over 20 years.
So Pam, Reiki is one of the therapies that you use during your healing. Can you give us a little insight into what Reiki is all about?
Reiki is actually hands-on healing, and it is about bringing body, mind, and spirit in alignment. And you work away from the person's body. You don't necessarily have to touch them. And I was amazed from my lounge. I could sit down and connect with people around the world in various situations. I mean, a guy was in ICU for a few days, and the family didn't know what to do, and somebody said, please phone me, right? And I did this healing, and in 2 days he came right out of ICU, into this coma state that he was in. And I was actually fascinated the first time I did it. And then I had a friend, her mum was 78 and was going for quite an intricate procedure. And she said, please, can you help my mum? And then I did that. And the surgeon actually said he felt like there was hands on his, directing him during that operation. And all I was doing was just sending healing.
Pam, tell me, how do clients feel after the Reiki session?
There's a definite change in their facial expression. By sending this wonderful healing energy to them, they get up and they feel like a weight is lifted off their shoulders. You could look at healing as like a maintenance program. We all go to the hairdresser, right, to look good. So why don't we take the same thing and say, right, we need to look good on the inside as well. You were born as an absolute diamond. And as we go through life, we are impacted by all kinds of belief systems, right, that covers this little diamond. And our job as healing therapists is to knock away that sand and stone that covered this diamond and give you the opportunity to shine again.
Pam, I was also very interested to hear about the concept of brain gym.
Okay, very simply, you could draw a picture of an 8, right? And then have it lying down.
Right.
So I call it lying down this way, so it's horizontal. And then you're going to put your right hand in front of you, representing the right brain. And you're going to keep your head still, but moving your eye. So you're going to go with an upward movement, following your finger and following that pattern that you've just drawn with the 8. And you're just going to go across. So you can see we're crossing both sides, the right and the left. And then we'll use the left hand, and we'll do exactly the same thing. And we'll come onto the right side and we'll go onto the left side. Right? And then we'll put both our hands together, representing both the brain, and we'll follow it again. And this exercise is really good for not only strengthening your eye muscles, also keeping you focused, and also helping children to learn better.
Pam, I know that your forte is body talk.
Body talk is fascinating in the way it deals with the communication of the body, right? And like you said, for every emotional upset, there's a physical ailment somewhere. It gets stuck in the body. And what happens is that we don't know why we can't move through certain things. I'll give you an example. When my dad passed away, my trauma was stuck in my left hand. I could not move my hand when I came back. And I was going, what is wrong with me? This hand can't move. I went for a massage and nothing helped. And so I went to a fellow body talk therapist and I said, please, can you help me? Yeah. And we found the emotion was trauma, that there was so much going on that I actually tried to put it aside, and this was stuck in my arm. And once we were able to clear it, and once we find the emotion, we tap on our head here to reprogram the body, and we tap on the sternum to store the new energy. And once that was done, by the next day, I had very good movement in my arm again. A lady in her late 40s came in with severe backache. And she was like, I really need my back sorted out, because she was a trainer for one of the top IT companies. And she says, I'm going to stand in front of 100 people tomorrow. I need help. Right? And what I found, the emotion that was stuck in a lumbar spine was her brother passed away when she was 7, that she held in. But her mum had, the next child was born a few days later, because mum was pregnant when this boy died. Mm-hmm. So at 7, she saw a brother being taken off, to be buried. And then another baby was coming and she couldn't understand this. And this trauma stuck with her and it got stuck in her back. And once we released it, and she had no idea of it, she couldn't remember it. And once we cleared it, her backache was gone. So much emotions that we have from the time we are little, that people probably tell us we're not good enough or whatever, we're not worthwhile or whatever the case may be, that actually gets stuck in the body system. And we're not sure. I mean, I had a lady that came to me in her 60s and she was given, a company was doing a training session and she was scared to go on this because her teacher told her she was useless when she was 6. Mm-hmm. That was not in her system. And she was scared to go to this training session in her 60s just because she was afraid she might fail.
So if it's not released, we can carry these things right through our lifetime.
Yeah, and then we have no idea why our back is giving up, or our legs or our hands, why we get these headaches or whatever, because our system is impacted by negative emotions that we carried from a young age.
Pam, your knowledge is so vast. I know that you also practice life alignment.
Yeah, it actually facilitates healing and restoration of the body on a very deep level as well. Right? So every therapy uses muscle testing, like kinesiology. So we test the muscle to find out what's going on in the body. So with the series of emotions that we got going through our bodies, we find what is resonating and where in the soul. So we go deeper as well, like body talk, to find out what is going on there. And then we start aligning the body back to its space at where it should be.
A person can only be totally healed if they want to be healed.
Absolutely.
How do you feel when someone has healed?
Oh, it's like a bonus for me. You know, when people get, I don't get a 13 check. So if people get 13 checks, I'm sure they dancing up and down. For me, it's the best thing ever. And when they come back, you can definitely see there's a healing has taken place. I do my best to give the client the benefits of whatever that they require at the time.
Dear viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. If you ever need to address pain, mental and physical trauma, or any hurt, there are several options available to heal you. It is a gift to be alive. Treasure the life force within you. Invite free-flowing, fresh energy into your life. Thank you so much.